this series of videos is going to take you through all the steps you need to go through to make your very first 3D game using the Unreal Engine. Now, even though Unreal Engine 5 is already out, we're going to be using Unreal Engine 4. So before you start this video, make sure that you've got the latest version of Unreal Engine 4 installed on your machine. Now, Unreal Engine has a lot of different uses. From the screen in front of you, you can see games, film, television, architecture, and even things like simulation and automotive manufacturing. For the purpose of this series, we're just going to simply start by making an actual game. So if you click on the games icon there and click next, again, you can make all manner of different games using the Unreal Engine. Again, some in front of you there: first-person shooters, racers, side-scrolling games, third-person games. We're going to start off just by clicking blank, so we know how to make a project from the ground up. Now, no matter what option you pick here, you'll be able to transfer your project to a different game later on in your process if you want to. So if you start making a first-person game and halfway through development you decide that you'd rather have a third-person game, you don't have to start again. You can simply create a new character, like we'll see later on in the video, rather than restarting your project. So click on blank and just click next. Now, your settings here are going to completely depend on your machine's hardware. If you're worried that your machine won't be able to run everything on max graphics, that's completely fine. Change this setting down a little bit there to make it a little bit easier for your PC. I'm going to leave all mine the way they are currently. I'd recommend leaving desktop and console on and leaving the starter content on, because they will be helpful for this tutorial. Now, you need to make sure that you save your project in a suitable location. So if you click on the three dots here, you can navigate to your folders, and it's up to you to put this in a place that you're going to remember and make sure that you can actually access it on multiple machines. So I'm just going to put it on my OneDrive folders and save it in my Unreal projects here. For this case, you need to make sure that you name your project something you can remember. So name it something suitable again. I'm just going to call mine tutorial project. Once you're happy with the settings there, just click create project. Once your project loads up, you should see that you appear in this fairly simple world with some nice table and chairs right in front of you. As nice as this world looks, we're actually going to start our very own world, or level in this case. Now, before we do that, I'd like to make note of the first important section here. Down the bottom, the very bottom here, you've got your content browser. Now, just like your file structures on your home PCs, you should try to keep this as neat as possible. And the best way to do that is to make folders, logical folders, to keep everything in. So the first thing I'd like us to do is down here, I'd just like us to right click, or you can click add and import, and just select or create a new folder. And we're going to call this folder levels. Now, that's going to be empty for now until we actually create our new level. So the first thing we're going to do, or the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go to the top left, click file, and then click new level. And we're actually going to select the time of day level. So you'll appear in a new world, and rather than the table and chairs this time, you'll have this Unreal statue in front of you. So once you get here, I'd like to quickly introduce you to how Unreal works and the ways that you can interact with it. So in order to move around this world, you have to hold right click on the viewport itself, on the screen itself. Once you're holding right click, you can see that your mouse will move around the world, or turn your camera as if you're controlling that character. Now, while you're right clicking on this window, if you use the W, A, S and D keys, you're able to move around this world. While moving the camera, you can essentially fly. You can then use the E and the Q keys to go up and down if you need that functionality. Now, if you click on these objects here, you can simply delete them. either using your delete key, or you can select delete from the menu there. So I'd like you to delete the 2 lines of text I've deleted there, as well as the statue, and also this icon here. So this is actually currently our player start. It hasn't got any programming in it just yet. We're going to create that ourselves. So click on that and delete this. And now you've got your world ready to go, completely free, completely fresh. The last thing we need to do is to save that. So if you press or hold Control, Shift, and S, it'll save everything in your game. Now double click your levels folder and give your level a sensible name. I'm just going to call this starter level, and click save. Now if for any reason you close down Unreal and you start it back up and load your project, if you go into your levels folder here, you'll be able to double click that and you'll load straight back into this nice fresh level.